Right, 5 o'clock Wednesday morning. We are heading for, where are we going? Leicester for a, well, you'll see, I've bought some more top quality treasure. So that's far too early for a man. I'm going to go and find coffee, sustenance, and point this Mercedes Sprinter up north. Right, so 67 miles left. Look, slightly less bald, old, shabby. It's 7:30 in the morning. The world has come alive. Traffic is British and hideous, but it's not raining. And I do look like I'm wearing a syrup because I've had my hat on all morning, because it has become hat time of year. It's too bloody cold. So onward. I haven't done any of the driving footages, like bits of time lapse, because I'm a knob and I forgot my camera mount. So we'll have to wing this one. So there's a cup of coffee propping you guys up over there. I'm going to put the phone down and then we're going for gold for the last 67 miles. Steady 55, 60 mile an hour, and then we'll go and load my new top quality eBay purchase. That's what I happened to have bought on Sunday. Right, onward. Right. So you can see the top quality machine is loaded, and we're heading home. So I've got 3 hours back from Leicestershire, and then you can try and work out what I've bought.
Well.
Look what I have purchased.
You've got yourself a Hillman Interstate.
No, I have not got myself a Hillman Interstate. I will have you know that is an Auto Bashini.
Go on, educate. What's?
I had to do some Googling, admittedly, because... Right, so it looks very much like a Fiat 500, because it pretty much is. So as I understand, also, so Bashini, B-I-A-N-R-C-B something, right?
Benici,
Benici, but something, whatever, we'll call it Bashini. Everyone tell us I'm wrong, that's fine. So, Fiat, Bashini and Pirelli went in a partnership in the 60s and went on for quite a long time. Like this. So it's basically the floor pans and the bottom half and all the running gear is a Fiat 500.
Yeah.
I don't know which bot Pirelli did, maybe tyres and stuff.
Yeah.
And Bashini or whatever it is, Bashini, I think it's Bashini, made the bodies. So it is, in all intensive purposes, a Fiat 500 estate. Now they made a few models. They made one that looks just like the front of the Fiat 500.
Yeah.
With an estate. That was like the base model. And then they did, this is a Auto Bashini panoramic. Oh. So you can see out all the way around, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep. This was the posher estate model, as I understand. They did a convertible that looks proper cool, like something out of the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Like a little two-door convertible, and I think they did a coupe as well. So what I have purchased here is a very rusty 1968 Auto Bashini Fiat thingy panoramic estate.
Da, da, da.
This was Italiano, or it still is technically. I have a Nova certificate for it.
Okay.
It is rusty. I know you'll be surprised at that, but it's not that rusty. And when I bought it, I wasn't quite sure if it had an engine, because it's got the wheel lean at the back.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it hasn't got an engine.
Well,
so I decided it was a bright idea not to ask, because that would have been far too sensible, because I thought it was going to make a load of money. And it didn't, so I just bought it. I've been to Leicester this morning, very early on, to go and get it. And to my surprise, in the back of it, it's got an engine.
Nice.
So, yes, 1968, Auto Bashini, whatever. Bashini. But isn't it cool?
It's different, isn't it?
Basically, the floor at the front is rotten, but it is, to what I can see, it is 500.
So basically put some 500
floor pans in it.
Yeah.
There is a bit missing, you may have noticed at the front there.
Yeah.
But that may possibly...
We can fabricate that, though.
I think you might find that's a bottom half might be a bit 500-esque as well.
Oh, okay.
So, it hasn't got all the wheel studs, and you'll be surprised to see that the tyres are a bit cack. This one is blown up,
This
but I
one.
don't think you want to poke it.
No, I can see he's split on the
That
side.
one is blown up, but those two over there,
These are proper broken.
those are slightly broken. The
got a
main
tube
bits
in it?
it is missing, the rear lights have gone,
got
they're
a
not
tube.
there,
Yeah.
and the other one of these is missing. But after a quick trip on the internet last night, once I'd actually realised what I'd bought, I think it's Ricambo or whatever they are, the Italian car spares people that we get all the Fiat 500 bits from. So I went on theirs and put in Auto Bacini,
Yeah.
and all the stuff I want popped up.
Really?
So they got brand new, for this particular, for a Panoramico, they've got brand new rear lights, £140 a set. That cures that. You can get them.
And those.
Yeah, it's got the little 500 type sidey lights. I think it might have 500 type headlight rings, but that's fine because they appear to be missing. But I haven't actually, what I did in a proper buying things way was just drag it on the back of a lorry, and I haven't looked at it. I know it's got an engine because you can see up underneath, and I know that there's definitely some holes in the floor.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
the floor is almost fully floating in the mats there. And it sort of rolls.
So you don't. So it might even have the chrome rings in the vehicle.
It might be in it.
Okay.
I haven't even opened the bonnet.
Wow.
I've managed to drive all the way back. Luckily enough, it was facing the wrong way, so the bonnet didn't blow off. And look at that for a roof rack.
That's a classic roof rack, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's got a Nova certificate, which means we can register it,
Yeah.
and it's technically MOT and tax exempt. So
Oh, let's put some tiles on it and use it.
you might want some floors.
Oh.
But I'm thinking there's a will it start video there. It won't be this video because I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
But it might be the next video because I'm trying to make up my mind, people, what to do. I'm going to Malta for the weekend, vintage drag racing.
Yes. Transvestites and trainers.
It's vintage Ford drag racing. I'm surprised you're not going, but you don't have a
I
passport.
don't have a passport.
So Terence is taking me, and there's a couple of us smarter trimmers going, and Andy.
Andy's he's a good lad.
So we can do a video of vintage drag racing from Malta, or it is Wednesday. I could waste all day tomorrow. You'll find out as to which video pops up.
Yeah.
So what I thought I would do is it might be worth offloading my Auto Bacini,
Yeah.
possibly with a forklift.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, or
Lift it up. Drive the.
yeah.
drive
Well,
the truck forward.
someone has lifted it up before in the wrong place and bent the rear floor.
Ooh.
See that one? That one's a bit. But unless someone tried to jack it up, because the rear floor it goes upwards into the car rather than downwards where you put your feet.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to bring you in for a closer look once we have offloaded whatever I have bought.
Bacini.
Auto Bacini.
It's auto
Bianchi.
machine.
Bianchi.
Auto.
We'll go and
Auto Bianchi.
Auto Bianchi. We'll go and Google it and see if we can get a pronunciation. He said Bacini.
It
Auto
probably is
Bacini.
Bacini.
But
Bacini.
he wouldn't know any more than me because the poor bloke got a bit done over by some Italian car importer.
Oh.
That's supposed to be a Fiat Multipla. That's not the bog-headlighted, ugly-looking three-seated thing. They did a lovely little Fiat Multipla people carrier in the 60s. Mate, he never delivered it, and he ended up with 2 rubbish Fiat 500s, that and some Fiat with the striped things down the side like a 90s one.
Okay.
Were there to repossess. So hence why he was quite glad to see the back of it, and he's never touched it. So, but I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grill's a bit broken as well, but I found one of them.
You found one already?
Oh, I was on it last night.
On it like a Auto Bacini
Oh,
bonnet.
Bacini bonnet.
That's blue. I like blue.
It could do with a wash, but I mean, and it doesn't have a door handle this side because it's fell off. But it does have a bolt someone handily put in. And I found the first bit I thought I was missing.
Exercise handle. smells nice.
Yeah, I've got a random bit of broken glass in there, but it's not off the car.
Oh.
So, but I mean, look at those mats. So we have a full dashboard. We have got the ashtray. We'll bring these nice people in here in a minute. We may be missing a door card.
Okay.
But we found the exercise window handle.
And it works.
And it works. And there's a bit of rubbery stuff that's in there.
I think there's maybe something to do with the window.
You reckon? I'll put that in the back there for reference. This is the most I've looked at it, because literally I did just turn up, wheel it out on some dollies because it didn't roll, and then winch it on the back. There's an emergency release there, just to make sure that it doesn't escape. Amazing, you don't think it opened it too. Alright, it's like a 500.
There it is.
Oh!
Ooh! You got
Oh!
Oh!
We are
here. Oh.
We've got 3 of them. That's a start. Probably got that.
We've got
A big tin. And all that is. That's 10-inch, yes.
that's engine.
It's going to be engine tonnage. You will be very surprised to find there is a hole in the bottom of there. Yeah. That's definitely bits of engine, isn't it? Unbelievably, the battery tray is rusted out. That's why there's a hole in the bottom. That's just surface.
That's relatively easy fix, isn't it?
Yeah, you can buy that. That's flat, we make that.
Yeah.
You've got the original rubber. You've got fuel tank.
Metal.
Metal. Yes. Shall we bring these nice people round the back here, and we'll see if we can get in the boot.
Give them a full-on tour.
See how much, because you have to open the boot, and then there's a plate in the floor that levers up, and underneath that is an engine.
Okay.
Look at the roof rack. I mean, you could transport possessions on that, couldn't you?
You could.
Patinaed.
It's patinaed, and you can take it off and use it as a sledge in the winter
It's got
time.
air conditioning windows.
Oh, open quarters.
For the blow.
For the blow.
I might be missing some wing mirrors.
Yeah.
You got a wing mirror?
No, there's not
No.
one. There wasn't no holes on that one. For that one. Oh, the rear window's open as well.
Yeah, they were the ones that I thought was going to be broken, but they appear to be. I wouldn't try opening it.
No.
I think that window channel
Yeah, he's gone.
might be a bit rubbish. Let's bring the camera around here. As you will see, it has the optional rear light delete, which was worrying me, and there should be a proper panel here that's not a bit cupboard, and a bumper.
And a cheese grater.
Yeah. That is 1960s Italian styling, I will have you know. So anyway, obviously the rear lights are missing, but the bits of trim are here. This one is hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
The rear lights are found, and I don't know. I think it's possibly it might have a bit of body filler around there, but that we're going to leave.
Yeah.
And then I have absolutely no idea how you get in there. I'm assuming it must have an emergency release handle inside. Look for a handle that says boot. That one over there is the bonnet one. That's the starter motor, and perhaps I should just lean in through the back and I can put the floor back where it's supposed to be at the same time. Fixed.
Lovely.
I don't know. It's got a... Oh no, hang on. How'd you get in there? Ow! It bit me. I don't know. Might need toolage. It's obviously got a pull lever somewhere for releasing the boot.
And what's this? Is that for the front?
No, that's the bonnet.
That's the bonnet.
Because it's got like a little catch. Is there?
It looks like one of them grenade pins.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, no, that definitely, because we've used that already to release the boot. There's nothing sort of there, is there? No. I'll go and get a spanner.
Okay.
I've got a screwdriver, that do. So if I poke on the inside the boot, you ready for pulling on the outside?
Yeah.
All right. There it is.
Oh.
So it's definitely going to want some floors and some sills. How does that work then? Because there is no boot handle, is there?
Not underneath, is it?
Unbelievably, that door may be a bit rusty.
Expanding foam.
Oh, I think we could. It's only rusty on the inside. Might not need to fix on that.
Yeah.
So, in theory, underneath this top quality selection of stuff in here should be an engine. How does that work? Does that come out?
Oh, there's a
There's a
there
prop.
we go. Bonnet proppage or boot proppage.
Well, that's a bit different from a standard 500 engine, isn't it?
Okay, there's a cable.
Oh, there's a cable going
running in.
forwards. So we have about
Ooh.
a smashed distributor gap, and we have a carburetor. I think we may be missing a fan. That might give us some trouble. There doesn't seem to be anything in that fan housing, does there?
No.
We've got the belt, but there's definitely no fan.
No.
We'll have to find one of those. Do you want to give it the see if it's seized up treatment?
Yep.
Is it a bit stuck?
Oh, no.
No.
No, there's a bit of movement. Yeah, no, she's free.
She's free. Well, that's
She's
one up
free.
from the last twin-cylinder air-cooled Fiat engine. So basically, we need an Auto Bacchini Fiat fan
Thingy.
We're going to need a dizzy cap. Someone's had the radiator out of it.
Oh, bollocks.
Bollocks.
Means you've got to put antifreeze in everything.
It doesn't seem to be an airbox.
Oh, no.
And someone's put a bit of tin on the back here to hold the thingy together, but we're definitely going to need a back panel of some description. But the carburetor is there. The throttle cables is there. I think I've got myself quite a good buy.
Yeah.
That is, I've got a starter motor cable. Do you want to put your foot on the clutch without going through the floor and see if the clutch cable works?
Yep.
Yeah, clutch functions. Well, it possibly does.
Throttle working all right?
No, because it's not attached
not
to
connected.
anything. Hang on. Try it now. Yeah. That could be fixed easily.
Lovely.
So the throttle and the choke cables are there. There's small random bits of rubber. Bringing people in here for a closer look. So what we need, if anyone happens to have one, is an Auto Bacchini panoramic rear panel. Because this is a shelf unit, not the correct bit. So we think we found the boot release. Do you want to go and demonstrate? Behind the driver's seat, in the middle of the passenger seat footwell, pulls
yep.
a lever fudge.
I see it.
Look, when that works.
Okay.
So basically, what I thought I'd do is get me zup gun, and we'll just have this technical quality finish back panel off of here that matey did admit to just bodging it up to make it look better.
I think they may be missing a bit of a cabinet at their workshop now.
I think they probably have not got a shelf drawer somewhere, do you think?
Someone's toolbox.
I mean, it is held on with self-tapping screws. Or it was held on with self-tapping screws till Al got at it.
Actually, it's all right.
Ah, because of course it's the alternator we're missing with the fan on it, isn't it?
Yep.
There is no alternator.
Oh, no,
Let
it
me
sits
go and
there and then the fan.
fan's on the front of it. So we may need to purchase one of those.
Yeah.
Let me go and get another screwdriver so we can throw that top quality pile of rubbish in the skip.
Oh. And a random coffee cup.
And before you say it, I was talking about the back panel and not my new acquisition.
Okay. Just a random
You found a cup.
coffee cup sticking in that.
Right. Shall we remove this beautiful, beautiful panel? But they put this on with... Oh, they have put it on with the Philip with a palsy.
To be fair, for a quick fix to make it look respectable.
Yeah, what, the fool a person stupid enough to buy it off eBay, they had a back panel until he went and did some research and realised that...
Well, I suppose it's better to be missing a back panel than it is to be missing an engine.
Yes, well, I was feeling it as an upside because I was quite surprised because I said, has it got an engine? And he did look at me and he was like, yeah, of course it has. I was like, ah. So, yeah, it hasn't got an engine cross member, has it?
Ah, yeah, of course it bolts in.
Bolts
through
in there,
those.
so the engine must fall out. We're out.
Yeah.
All this can be acquired. So the back panel has probably got the rear engine mount on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so the panel bolts through those.
Yes, we're going to need that panel, or we're going to need to make one, aren't we? But I still think it was a good buy. And that was £750. It's even got Italian mud on it.
Yeah.
Do you think we should take these nice people in and show them the rest of the quality interior and not stand on the floors too much before they fall out?
Yeah.
Right, so for full effect, we thought we'd give you a bit of a tour of the inside of it. Now, obviously, we've got all the winding mechanisms, but we're lacking in a door panel. Not to worry, that's flat. We can always manufacture that. Expect I can find it. We've got the other one. We do have the seats. Admittedly, they are not the best, but they're there. We do have a complete dashboard, steering wheel, floor mats, rubber floor mat. Possibly got a bit of crispiness going on in there, but that's fine. It's only a Fiat 500 floor. We've got the back seat, we've got the inner wheel arches. That's all sort of good. Top quality roof rack. We'll back around the back here. So we're missing the rear lights, but we've already found those. You've seen the engine, so we've got the boot floor and the boot mat. All that looks repairable. That's the piece of trim that goes there. So on this side, we're a bit rubbish on the tyres. We have got a door handle on this side, so we're going to go and find out in a minute whether that's a 500 one and when we can get one of those. And as you'll see, the sills are a little bit rusty on the top. That seat is still attached to what's left of. This bit of floor is a bit cack, but the mats are still there. So we can repair that. I can put a floor in it. I've done that before. Dashboard is there. This door card is better because it's there. And the exercise window is... Oh, it is functional. I thought that was broken. It's not. So windscreen is good. Roof is good. Bit of a hole on the front wing there, but that we can fix. And then the front end's not bad. It's rotten in here under the battery tray. If I lean you down in there, you can see that. Obviously, you can see my foot, but that's not killing. That looks very 500-esque. Fuel tank. Bonnet's good. Lights are there. Front bumper is there. And then we've got that selection of stuff there, which we're assuming is probably engine-based and can go back in the front of it in a minute. And I mean, if I shut this door a minute, it is all sort of, it's all sort of there. I'm quite chuffed with it. What do you reckon? There it is. I think it's quite cool. You might disagree with me. But I've always sort of quite fancied a Fiat 500. But I never quite fancied paying the massive premium for one. And then this, I mean, this is totally different, isn't it? So technically it's a 500, but sort of not. But it is. I think it's funky as hell. I don't think it wants painting or anything. I think it wants keeping like this and the bits that are missing bolted on. Now, I think we've made our decisions for will it start videos because the alternator's missing. That means the engine cooling fan is missing. And I don't think it's very fair to try and start the little champ without it blowing air at it because it's not going to last very long. So I am going to Malta for the weekend, Friday morning. So what we're going to try and do is you lot can come vintage, well, retro drag racing with me in Malta. Whether I can get it loaded by Sunday, I don't know, because I'll be technically in Malta. We should have reasonable internet. Otherwise, it might be a bit late, so don't moan if it is, because you know occasionally a fella is due some time off. And what we'll do now, because otherwise this is going to be a short video, but it has been a very long day, is we're going to go and see how Fudge is getting on with his Capri. and then we'll have a look at the top quality T1, just to remind you of the fact we are now competitioning off a Mercedes T1 flatbed that everyone keeps saying is a daft idea. It's possible. We have sold a few tickets, and not everyone wants a car. Lots of you might want a Mercedes flatbed, so there's a link in the description to that. We'll go and have a look at the Capri first, see how Mr. Fudge is getting on, and I'll probably leave him with the phone so he can do some video in over the next couple of days, and then we'll also have a look at the T1, and then I reckon that'll do for a Wednesday, and I can go home and fall asleep because I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, and it's now like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm quite tired. So it's out from underneath its cover.
Yep.
You are 3 days of full-time Capriing.
I am.
Possibly whatever you want to do at the weekend. I mean, you crack on, do what you need. Because to be honest, you've been a bit busy recently and you haven't got to touching it. But it's nice to see it back out again.
Yeah, so I've been spinning plates and juggling thingies. And
yeah, totally. I mean, at the end of the day, it's always the problem with projects. His life gets in the way. If I could just sit here and play with my toys all day, all of my stuff would be finished. But sadly, by the time you've introduced wives, children, lives, customers, you just never get back to them, do you? But it's so I mean, it's quietening off. But it's not quietening off this time of year. But we've sort of stopped doing the everyday stuff completely now, haven't we? In the nicest of ways.
We have.
We've
so
back on your Capri
for a few days. So I've.
What have you done? I sort of know, but you might as well.
Basically, today what I've done is I've finished welding up the front valance to the wing on this side, given it a little skim of filler, dressed it all in. So that's
because this is you made this, didn't
so
you?
I've made this,
that.
yeah. So that's all been made because I wasn't happy with the original one that was on there. It was all a bit quonky and all that. So I remade that, got that in place. I've still got this side just to button in, so I've got to make a piece for that, wear it to the wing. I've had to redo this section here. So
that bit, matey, had cut out, didn't he?
He cut out, and it was kind of like that, basically. It was all out.
Just quickly run through this, because I remember we had an original front valance that was horrible, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's all chopped about.
Yep.
Then I bought the top rail off another one.
Yep, top rail. So that's a second-hand top rail.
Yeah, cut out of another car.
Yeah. The sides, the edges,
you can buy as panels.
You can buy those as panels. So I bought those.
This was original.
That was original.
But this bit in the middle here isn't.
No.
Because you made that.
That had all gone. The bottom section's original.
The headlight buckets were all rotted.
Headlight buckets were non-existent, so I've had to rebuild all of this.
Which has come out
on
really
both
nice.
Sides.
This bonnet is the one that we managed to acquire with a big hole in it.
Yeah, so where you can see the blackness, that's the original which come with the Capri.
Which was horrible on the front,
wasn't it? Which was horrible on the front, and he was full of lead, and it was completely gone, all the profiles. So I acquired a free of charge bonnet, which had bloody great big holes cut in the front of the scoop. So I cut it out, put my scoop back in, refabricated the front section because there was a few holes sort of going through. Yeah, you did work here, didn't you? But so it was nowhere near like the other one. Yeah, so basically from here, on both sides in, I've rebuilt and shaped it all up.
We've got two pirate wings that you've adjusted to fit, haven't you, on the back edges?
Yeah, that wing was shorter than this wing. No, that wing was longer than this wing.
Yeah.
So I've had to put 2.5 mil extensions on this wing to get the gaps right this side, and then shave off 1 mil on that side to get that side right. So they all line up.
Bonnet. But you've got your bonnet gaps pretty good, haven't you?
Bonnet gaps are really, really good.
Should we put the bonnet down quickly? I know you're working.
Yeah.
Because I think since last time you've probably finished off under the windscreen. I do like the stainless steel bonnet holder.
Thank you very much. I acquired that.
Did you buy that?
I actually bought that.
So we won't shut it.
No, because I've taken the actual latch bit out. So that's roughly where she sits.
She's not bad gap-wise, is she?
Yeah.
And then you finished these, both sides.
Those are both done.
Got a nice line through here, haven't you? That came out well.
Yeah, no, the lines are all right. They're not too bad. I mean, they're not brilliant.
It means, to be honest, with Dagenham,
factory, they weren't brilliant.
So roof-wise, you're done.
Roof-wise, I'm done. So she's etch-primed.
Ready to rock and roll, because you had a hole.
Yeah, there was a hole in the centre here.
Yeah, that sunroof had to be repaired.
Yeah, because that was a bit wonky.
Bit pickly.
There was a hole this side and
Is
a
this
hole
a pattern
on that
or
side.
not?
No, that's just for putting filler on.
So basically, the bits you've got left to do that I understand, you've done the back valance, haven't you?
Yep, back valance is on.
It's the end of the seals, both sides or one side?
Yep, both sides.
Both sides.
I'm still debating on whether to do the wheel arch.
My view would be to leave it, because no matter how, I mean, you know you're good, but you'll never get as good as an uncut panel.
No.
That so wheel arch is tiny. It's only got a little tiny pinprick in it.
It's right on the seal end, so when I replace the seal, hopefully that'll
get rid of that.
That'll get rid of that.
And then it is the chassis leg ends, isn't it?
I've got a chassis leg end on this side.
And then isn't there a chunk?
And there's on the front
where the wheel arch comes, where the inner wheel arch comes down to meet the back of the seal here.
Yeah, that's rusted.
But then again, the sill is out here.
So once the seal's out, I can repair that and then put the new seal.
Because this one didn't really need any strut top, did it?
That side did.
Did you do? I can't.
Yeah, I did that side.
Because you must have been doing this for 18 months? No.
No, it's been...
When did you get it?
July last year, wasn't it?
No, so not that long then, actually, really. Because running, I mean, we both technically work full time as well as you work for me or whatever that works. It sounds wrong.
We work.
We work. Yeah, you're not an employee. We class you as a mate. We sit here and is that a bump stop?
No, that's I was using that as the bump stop, just to line, because I didn't have the bump stops, but now I've actually purchased the bump stops, and I've put them somewhere in a safe place and can't find them.
Yeah, because the wing rails were bad, weren't they?
They were knackered. They were absolutely
so made the
knackered.
wing rails to attach the wings to.
Yep.
But those bits weren't, because normally I remember Capris years ago. This bit used to fall off.
Strut tops used to go quite badly. I mean, this one's still the original. He was really good. I've done underneath, cut all the rot out.
Yeah.
And done that.
You did the battery tray, didn't you?
Done the battery tray, the inner wing sections behind the battery tray.
The reinforcing and the front inner chassis legs.
Yep.
That's
both sides done on that.
That inner structural needed some work, didn't it? That piece in here.
Yeah. So the front cross member valance.
Got the perfect space for the super turbo diesel.
Yeah, perfect space for the super turbo diesel turbo.
605 HX35 quick spool valve.
Yep.
7.5mm pump.
Yep.
Just there.
Yes. Lots of black smoke.
Yes, lots of black smoke. Gearbox will last about 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's a toffee gearbox.
Yeah, that's right. I know you don't want a diesel Capri, so I'm just winding you up.
But no, I repaired that. I repaired that strut top on that side. So that's had new sections welded in.
Because at some point we must get around to pulling this out. Because you've got all the bits, haven't you?
I've got all the bits for it. So ideally, engine out. Then I'm going to take the servo master cylinder out.
Yeah.
Get rid of the wiring loom. Get it out of the way.
Paint this Paris blue.
Paint this all Paris blue inside here. So then when the engine's built, back in.
Because you've done...
Yeah.
You've done the suspension.
Do
I remember you doing something? Did you have lower... You've done the lower arms,
I've done the lower arms.
And you've had the shocks out of it.
I've had the shocks out.
And painting them all up and sorting them out. I'm sure you did the bushes and the whatever's on the top.
That's right. So that's...
And we've had this running. We know this got an oil leak on the head gasket, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've got a complete set. So head's obviously coming off.
Port and polish
that. I've got a bigger carburetor for it from a 3 litre.
Degas.
Yep, so it's both at the same time as opposed to one than the other.
Cam belt kit,
cam belt kits. Yeah, we've got all that.
You were keeping that? Have you got another set of manifold? I can't remember, because you bought a full exhaust system.
I bought a full exhaust system, except for the manifold.
Because there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that'll cope.
He's a little bit thin in places. I'm not too sure.
Make your mind up on that later.
I might splash out and put a new one on there. So.
Yeah, because I mean, to be honest, everyone says, "Oh, put a V6 in it," but
you can get more power.
These little beggars. I mean, Christ, you can make a 2 litre Pinto go.
Yeah, I remember some of these 210, 210.
I mean, because basically the Cosworth engine is
the bottom end.
Is the bottom end. Is the block. It's got a forged crank, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a 16 valve head and a few other differences, but they actually used a Pinto engine as the base to make it, didn't they? Mm-hmm. I mean, and I say, I remember having a Mark 1 Capri, and I had a brilliant idea and fitted an Anderson race Pinto in it. That was a stupid idea. No, that didn't work very well.
Just sit there rattling the...
No, it sort of didn't do the tickings over, and then when you touched the pedal, it just lit up, tried to kill you. And it was very good in a lightning thunder rod or lightning rod.
In a racetrack.
In a race car.
They're ideal.
Yes, no, it was a shit idea to put it in a... So I took it out, I learnt, so I took it out of the Capri, and put it in a Talbot Sunbeam TI.
What happened to the TI?
I sold it with it in it. It was brilliant because the Sunbeam was really little.
Yeah.
It had a roll cage, and someone previous to me had converted it to take a Pinto, so it came minus an engine and a gearbox. So I sold the Mark 1 Capri with the correct engine back in it, like a 1300 asthmatic cast thing.
Yeah.
And then kept the Anderson, hoarded it, ended up with this Talbot Sunbeam TI. It was a bit scruffy with some big forest arches on it. Bolted that in it. It was a blue one with the silver bits painted black. It had a roll cage, and it was already cut about to put a 2 litre Pinto in. So I put the Anderson engine in that, and because it was about that long, it was like the world's best donut machine. It just used to go round on one wheel, and I managed to get it road legal and MOT'd, and I sold it.
Crikey.
It's probably worth a fortune now.
Yeah.
But that was part of it back in the day. I mean, I think that the Talbot I gave a bag of Sam for it.
Yeah.
And I don't reckon I paid much more for the Mark 1 Capri. And I can't remember what I stole the Anderson. I bought the Mark 1 Capri, that's it, and it came with the Anderson Pinto. Mate, he bought it to put it in there because his mate raced something. So, yeah, I decided to do the put it in the Capri bit and took the standard Pinto out, and that ruined it. But you are cracking on. And as I say, I don't think people quite understand how much time...
I mean, like I said, I've been on it all day, and I've only achieved this little bit, and I've actually...
I been collared for all the stuff that...
I got collared for other bits and pieces, and I did actually finish restoring one of Ricaro's seats this morning.
Should we go and show him your Recaro
You want to see my seat?
Did someone told us off last week for talking too much, you know?
We suppose we could do sign language. Not that I know it.
Right, so we can now come over here to... Now, I get a bit lost with seats because we've got the 105E Horrible Shitbox Red Angular.
Yep.
Well, it had a set of these in it, didn't it?
Exactly the same as these.
Which was half the reason I bought it, because I went and looked at it when the estate had it abandoned in a barn and thought, I know exactly what you're going to want out of it.
And that was the first thing I saw.
The first thing you saw, and I was like, yeah, you can have them, that's fine. And then the other week, you ended up with a nut, because you never had the door cards or the rear seats. You only had 2 front seats, didn't you, out the angle box, obviously, because it was an angle box.
Yeah.
So this seat is one of the originals, one of the angle box seats, or one of the ones you bought?
No, this is one of the ones that I bought.
Yeah, so this seat is 2.8...
So it's 2.8 injection special.
So it would have been fitted standard in the post, in that car?
Not that one, because that one's the 2.8i, which would have had the shark grey Ricaros.
Yeah.
So it would have been the ones with the 5-spoke.
So
it'd been C, D's and E's would have come with this interior.
Because this seat had damage there.
Yeah, it was knackered through there.
Yeah.
It was knackered through here. And I think there was a few other holes here, there and everywhere.
Because neither of us we're not upholsterers, but we had to do Kev's TT seats, didn't we?
That's right.
And we bought some leather repair stuff from the leather repair shop and found actually...
It's not that bad,
it's quite simple to do as long as you're patient. And I mean, if you look at this seat, yes, admittedly, it's not 110% perfect.
It's not perfect.
But that is 10 times what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been repaired there, isn't it?
Yeah, through this whole section. So this whole section here had been repaired. Section throughout here. I don't think there was anything on that side, even though there's a couple of little imperfections
but I mean, at least if they were mint, you wouldn't want to sit in the thing.
No,
at least like this.
So they're presentable, usable.
Yeah. And you've recoloured them.
And I've recoloured them, so they've all been coloured up.
And you managed to get a set of door cards, didn't you?
Set of door cards as well. So the reason why I purchased these is because there was a pair of front seats and rear seats.
Which you were missing the rears.
Because I was missing the rears, and it was 300 quid, which I thought was real cheap, and it was local. So I snapped them up a bit quick. And then
a week later, I think you
it
found
was 2 weeks later, I was looking every day for a set of door cards, and I was not finding them. And then a set came up on the Saturday for 150 quid. So I bought those very, very quickly. So for less than 500 quid, I got a complete
set of
Ricaros.
And another set of Ricaros.
And I got another set of front Ricaros.
To be honest, you can show. And I think you've got another set of sports seats.
I have. They're not Ricaros. I think they're Cobras or something.
And then you've got the entire original interior, which wasn't bad as well.
Yeah, so I've got the original mint, actually.
Black.
Black with the red pinstripes.
Yeah. Which could go, I
which
suppose.
can go. So if anyone's got a laser, or well, it doesn't matter if it's a laser or whatever. But if you any of you
to be honest,
guys,
you must have a fair few bits because have you got a set of 4 spokes that you probably don't need?
Yes, I've got some. 4 spokes, which are like the RS 4 spokes, but they're not RS. They're the laser ones.
You must have a set of 2.8i wheels.
I've got a set of 2.8 special wheels.
Yeah.
So there's
same again if you want rid of them.
if anybody wants
to
to buy them. There's a set of 5.
And what you're going to do? Repair the other set of
I'll repair the other set, and then I'll sell those.
Sell those as well. So yeah, I mean, slim the Capri haul down a bit. You must hardly be able to get in that truck out there.
It's bloody impossible. That's why these are in here.
Are you running the black carpet that came with the car with these, or have you?
No, they were the carpet in the car was grey.
Oh, right. So I assumed it was black.
Yeah, no. He's
that'll
grey,
work.
so that'll work with this.
Yeah.
And the roof lining, that's grey as well, dark grey.
Can't remember. I remember taking it out. Because the carpet, because we reckon the 26,000 miles on it is right.
Yeah, because the carpet is mint.
Carpets, yeah. I mean, the first thing that wore off on your Capri was the foot where your heel mat on it.
Yeah.
And the steering wheel and the heel mat.
And the pedals.
Perfect.
The pedals are perfect.
So no, that'll work really well.
Yeah.
So basically, lots of chassis leg and rear end welding, and then you'll probably into
prep for paint.
Haul the engine. Because you rebuild the engine on a bench, basically.
Yeah.
Fire it up on the floor to check it works.
Yep.
And
paint all the door shuts, boot shuts.
The whole car is stripped out in it. There's nothing in it. There's not a piece of interior in it. I don't think there's a piece of glass in it either, is there?
There's only one piece of glass, and that's in the side. Because it was attached quite well, I thought I'd just leave it in there.
Don't break it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll do all the door shuts, bonnet, under the bonnet, engine bay, boot shuts, and then
blow the whole
car over.
Marvellous.
In one hit.
Right, I'm going to show these people this T1 again, just so they don't forget to buy tickets for a T1.
Buy tickets.
Yeah, please buy tickets for a T1. I know it's a random thing, but it is good. It's good. I'll explain the T1 in a minute. I'm going over it. But that is pucker, mate. That's a really good job.
Oh, thank you.
So, 308D T1. So this is our current competition. We are merrily marching on with this. The competition ends on the 7th of December, and by the 7th of December, this will be lovely yellow, MOT serviced and ready to go. Now, this little truck, 308D, 3 tonnes, roughly 3.5 tonnes, 80 horsepower. So drivable on a car licence. It's 1995, so classic insurance. They're quite whizzy, they're quite fun. I mean, if you want to go to the shows, you want to put something on the back of it, it will never break down. They're brilliantly reliable. It comes with a good history and a good story. £7.50 a ticket. The link is in the description. Give it a go. I know some people are like, oh, it's not a car. Well, it can't be everything's car, can it? I mean, it's a little truck, and it's a cool little truck. And they are going rapidly up in price because they've all disappeared. And this one, this will be a good one. Solid, lovely, no body filler, no nastiness. Anyway, as I have been up from 4 o'clock this morning, I am going to bid you adieu now, and then I'm going to go home, edit this up, chuck it up, and then we will be back, all going well, Sunday, with a video from Malta on vintage drag racing, or retro drag racing Ford stuff. Hopefully it might not get there Sunday, depends on the internet. Anyway, thank you very much, Al and Fudge, who's gone over there. 6D Diesels.